God bless you, global Christian friend. God bless the American people, the American government. God bless the military out there. God bless you, pastors and churches around the globe. 4:34 Luke. Let us alone. What have we to do with thee, thou Jesus of Nazareth? Look what he said. Art thou come to destroy us? I know thee. Remember, look what he said. He said us, but now he's personalizing. I. A group of demons speaking with one voice. Notice that? A group of them speaking with one voice. Us and I. Remember that? I know thee who thou art, the Holy One of God. Notice that? He know his name. He know where it's from. He know who he is, the Holy One of God. The Holy One of God. Think about that statement. The Holy One of God. He know that God is holy. He know that when it comes to God, there's only one aspect of him being who he is. And that's one. Uno. Achad. One. Un. I'm not going to say it in other language, but that's what it means. One. The Holy One of God. Verse 35. You think having all this kind of knowledge, Jesus would have said to him, you know me, you know who I am, you know my name, you know I'm the Holy One of God. Sound like he was on good terms, doesn't it? Anybody with that kind of knowledge sounds like they're on good terms. But it's an unclean spirit, an unclean demon. And that's where a lot of you out there have unclean demons and don't know it. Unclean spirits and don't know it. But I know Jesus, so did he. I know his name, so did he. I know he's the Holy One of God, so does he. But guess what? Jesus rebuked him, saying, hold thy peace and come out of him. Notice that? Hold thy peace and come out of him. A lot of knowledge there, but I won't get into it right now. When the adversary had thrown him in the midst, he came out of him and heard him not. Hold thy peace and come out of him. And I say that to a lot of you out there across the world today. And the demon that's in you, particularly in churches, hold thy peace and come out of them. And I'll add further, and enter into them no more. Hold thy peace and come out of them, thou unrighteous demon. Hold your peace, come out, enter no more into them. Where you go, that's your problem. Just leave them alone. He came out and heard him not. Verse 36. And they were all amazed and spoke among themselves, saying, what a word is this? What a word is this? Read John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word. Read 1 John 1:1. That was the true Word. You want to know what word this is? It'll tell you. What a word is this? For with authority and power he commandeth the unclean spirits, plural, and they come out. Made that statement clear in 10:20. The spirits are subject unto you. 10:19. The adversary, you have power over him. If you got power over the adversary, Luke 10:19, and the spirits are subject unto you, Luke 10:20, why would it be thought a difficult thing for you out there? Is there actually anyone today doing this kind of work? Or you don't know that those that whom you minister to, whether they're demon possessed or not? What a word is this? 36. For with the authority and power he commanded the unclean spirits, plural, and they come out. Here we go again, verse 37. And the fame of him went out under every place of the country round about Capernaum. Jesus is going to heal many here. Verse 38. You find this also in Matthew 8, 14 through 17, and Mark chapter 1, verses 29 through 34. Verse 38. And he came, and he rode out of the synagogue of Capernaum and entered to Simon Peter's house. And Simon's mother was taken with a great fever, and they besought him for her. And he stood over her and rebuked the fever. Rebuked demons, rebuked unclean spirits, rebuked fever. Rebuke demons, rebuke unclean spirits, rebuke fevers as well. But you got to stand over the fever in order to rebuke it. And the fever left her, and immediately she arose and ministered unto them. Notice that? Spirit came out. As the spirit came out, she rose up to minister, thanking and praising the Lord. She probably spoke in tongues. Peter's mother was so happy. Probably spoke in tongues, glorifying God. What can I do? Because this thing had me down. This thing was burdensome to me. I'm taking all kind of ice. The ice in those days. Cold water patches and all that. Trying to get rid of the fever. I recall one time I was in Africa with 114-degree fever. 114 degrees. But I told them, tomorrow I'll be well. My fever was 114. The nurse was there. I told them, I said, the Lord told me he's going to heal me according to a storm he's going to send. They looked at me kind of crazy. But that morning around 4 o'clock, I woke up to the effusion of one of the greatest storms Africa has ever felt. House vibrating, thundering and lightning clashing all around the house, hitting the ground around me. Spirit told me, be quiet. Breathe in. I breathe in. He said, breathe out. I breathe out. He said, breathe in. I breathe in. He said, breathe out. I breathe out. Thundering in the house, just cascading against the house. Rain profusely. I went to sleep. Woke up next morning, sun was shining. They burst into the room. I'll finish this later. God bless you, Global Christian friends.